Hi, everybody, and welcome to our last episode of the Masculinities Group Dialogue for the 2020-2021 school year. We're so excited to have everyone here, and we're so excited to be wrapping up this final quarter. So today we're focusing on what is the future going to look like at M&M, and what are our own futures going to look like. So we have a set of 5 questions that we'll go through and have each staff member answer. The first question of the day is, what do you want to see M&M grow into? And I'll popcorn Tomas to start us off.
Wow. I would love for us to be more of an on-campus presence. I know obviously now with COVID, it's difficult to do anything on campus or to like be face-to-face with, the people that we want to be working with in the community. I would just, I'd love to kind of keep the trajectory we're going on now with the events we put on and, like the speaker series. And then I would really, for me personally, the mentorship program has been my biggest focus here. It's been my biggest kind of passion. So I would love to grow out the Moxie mentorship program and to be able to, make an impact on graduation rates or just, just keep people in the Cal Poly community. That would mean a lot to me. I can popcorn off to Noni.
Yeah, thank you. I think I would love to see M&M grow, especially in this future where maybe we will be back on campus as a place where all people will have a safe place to kind of go to talk about gender roles and masculinities. Because when I was a student, I saw the center on campus, but I didn't know how to like walk in or introduce myself to the program. So I would love to see it grow into like a community kind of thing. So that would be super cool to see moving forward. And then I'll popcorn over to Eric.
I guess to sort of build on what Tomas said, is that I think it'd be really cool to see M&M grow into like, I guess, a part of Cal Poly culture, sort of, when you are in Cal Poly, it's part of the experience, sort of like, the whole line dancing thing. Like, it's just, when you go to Cal Poly, that's what you hear about. And that'd be really cool to just see it become a big part of the experience. And I'll popcorn it over to Nick.
Yeah, I love this question, and like I don't know, just like the visioning and the dreaming that can come out of it. And one thing I think I've always kind of like held out there somewhere is really building and seeing M&M grow into a program that has a full-time staff member dedicated to Men of Color Success Initiative projects, programming, support, etc. So I think that would be really cool. And yeah, I'd say that's one thing that like I'd be excited to see come to fruition.
Yeah, and I think for me, I'd like to see us partner more with the Gender Equity Center because I think our work is very aligned, or at least it definitely should be. And I think we have probably the least amount of contact with that center as opposed to the rest of the centers. So I'd really like to see us partner with them more and bring more of an intersectional analysis to our work. Second question of the day, what is an event or a program that you'd like to see M&M adopt or create? And I'll popcorn to Eric this time.
That's a good question. One of the things, the sort of like the Manifest project, maybe sort of inspired by that, having like sort of an art-based expression project that's maybe more oriented towards the men and masculinities side of things. I think that would be really cool. Sort of a really cool project or a program to include. and I'll popcorn it over to Tomas.
Thanks. I mean, we've been working on the mentorship program for a while now, ever since I've got here, and that's kind of been my big goal, is to have that up and running. I guess it's kind of a cop out though. So I mean, I guess maybe one specific part of that I'm really looking forward to is I would really like the idea of like having the mentors and the mentees go on like a weekend trip, like obviously not something crazy, but like maybe like in a partnership with like Poly Escapes and ASI, maybe to do like a camping trip to somewhere nearby, and like just time to bond and for mentees to get to know their mentors and establish deeper connections with the campus community. That's something that I think that'd be really special. I can popcorn it to Noni.
That sounds super cool, Tomas. Yeah, a trip camping would be amazing. But I think a program I would love to see, I did this, or I heard about this in my high school. They had a kind of, it was like a kind of a mental health awareness day where they put on a program of just having students come around in groups and just being very vulnerable and just like, we don't know each other, like we're all strangers in like a small group of 3 or 4, and just discussing like the struggles or hardships they were having on campus. And I think that'd be super cool if Eminem could do that, and just have an open discussion about like just struggles of with men of color on campus or queerness on campus, and just having strangers be together and openly just talking about it and making the Cal Poly campus more relational and more human for everyone. So that would be super cool. And I'm gonna popcorn opt to be.
I was really struck by Eric's comment actually about the art, like having a quarterly like art workshop or something, or even like a monthly art workshop would be really cool. And then we could compile all of those art submissions for Manifest as well. So I think that would be really cool. So I would love to see that come into existence. And also probably like some kind of workshop that we can offer to different like club members or different clubs and like faculty and staff around like male privilege kind of in general, and particularly white male privilege at like a PWI. And I think that's a workshop I'd like to see us develop that we can offer kind of consistently. And I'll popcorn to Nick.
I'm like, I'm gonna go back and watch this to like format some of our programming next year. This is so good. Yeah, this is a little bit behind the scenes, but one thing I would love to see Eminem like develop in terms of a program, and maybe more like a relationship, is there's like certain academic indicators. So if like a student is on AP or something like that, it'll like their account will get flagged in a database. And I think it would be really cool if we had a relationship with folks who are sharing that info, academic advisors, et cetera, where if there was somebody who identified, and I think it would be difficult to like connect with, or just, discover like, how someone identifies from maybe what their like academic profile is. But essentially we would get notified as like a possible support resource, and then we could reach out to them and say like, hey, like we're here, here's some of our programming, ways to connect, if there's ways that we can support you. So that's definitely one. And then the other one, I think I mentioned this a while back in another MGD, but there's a program called the Men's Story Project, which is basically it's a group of men, masculine identified folks who are going through this. It's a 10-week process, and some colleagues of ours run this at other colleges. But essentially, it's like working through your socialization process, writing down your story, of experiencing masculinities, or growing as a man. And then there's sort of like a production at the end of that where everybody performs their stories. And it's just a really powerful experience. So I think that'd be something fun to incorporate. I'll pass it back to Pete.
All right. So next question, we're getting into more kind of like personal things for the future, but what are your plans for the immediate future? And this time I will popcorn Noni.
Yeah, so my plans for the immediate future will probably be getting a job over the summer because I am flat broke. And then after that, completing my undergrad in fall, and then looking for an internship to segue into a master's. But kind of, looking at what I want to do for my master's so I don't just like throw $50,000 into a master's and not like it. So yeah, those are my plans for the future. And I'll popcorn off to Eric.
Well, for the immediate future, I'd probably look to get a job as well. Let's see, sort of in the fall, I have an opportunity where I'm gonna be playing guitar at a gig, which I'm pretty excited about. Whether or not that will lead to more, who knows? Hopefully, but if not, that's okay too. And I'll probably also be looking for, or looking into to schools and programs that I want to go into next year. And yeah, I'll popcorn it over to B.
I think for my immediate future, mostly just finish senior project this week, of course, and like graduate in June. Really excited for that. And then post school, applying to jobs as well and finding somewhere to work. I'm actually looking into getting my bartending license, and that my partner and I want to open up our own bar one day, sometime in the very far from now future. So hoping to get kind of a jump start on that and start learning how to bar back and how to mix drinks and all of that kind of stuff. So excited about that. And I will popcorn to Tomas.
Yeah, I guess for me, just to finish the quarter strong, it's definitely a priority at the moment with a lot of papers starting to come up. I guess for the summer, with COVID, thankfully just winding down, I would love to go on like a nice vacation somewhere very like relaxing. Me and some friends of mine were talking about planning a Hawaii vacation, which would be just incredible. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'd like to get an internship both back home and over here, like a legal internship with like the DA or the public defender's office. That's something that really interests me. But yeah, just looking for internships and getting more experience and just relaxing, enjoying time with friends and family. I can popcorn it to Nick.
Yeah, for me, it's mostly new baby coming in the next week to 3 weeks. And so yeah, I think the next 6 months are going to be trying to catch as much sleep as possible and just adjusting to having 3 kids. So that's like that's top of mind for me for the immediate future.
All right, y'all, we're at our last question for our last Masculinities group dialogue. So now that COVID is slowly coming to a close, or at least getting to a point where we can resume some of our more normal activities, what is first on your list of post-COVID plans? I'll start us off this time. For me, I'm really excited because I get to see my family again. My mother and my grandparents live in Mexico, so I haven't been able to see them for 1.5 years, almost 2 years now. But they will actually be here relatively soon, in about a month or so. So I'm really excited to see them and be able to interact with them again. And I will popcorn to Nick.
Yeah, gosh. Ditto on family. That's huge. Specifically my dad. I'm really excited to connect with him. There's just a lot of stuff competing with with seeing each other, COVID and other things. So I'm really excited that we're gonna get to spend some time with him in like over the summer and in the fall. And I'll popcorn to Eric.
I would say first on my list would probably be visiting friends, because it's been a long time since I've been able to hang out with them and just do what we used to do before COVID hit. And I'll popcorn it over to Noni.
I think the first thing I'm gonna do is go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I love fish, so I'm already having plans with my friends to go see that. Maybe sober, maybe not, but it'll be fun. Um, yeah, and I'm going to pass it over to Tomas.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I might go to the aquarium too now. That sounds pretty great.
Hey,
Um,
let's go.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely, I've more recently, since we've all been vaccinated, I've been able to see some friends again, which has been, after almost a year, it's been fantastic. So definitely gonna just make up for lost time over the summer. Just kind of just enjoy life being normal again. See friends, see family. I envision a lot of barbecues in my future, which I'm very excited about. I'd love to just, I like to box a lot, and a lot of the gyms have been closed, so I'd love to be able to get back in there. Just kind of just get back to what everything used to be. I can't really wait for it. I'm pretty excited. So I guess I'll give it back to B.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for everyone's hard work this year. And we are so excited to be able to close out this quarter strongly. And on that note, that was our last Masculinities group dialogue. We hope everybody enjoyed our various dialogues and our different YouTube videos that we've had this year. And we hope to see you all in person next fall. Have a great day, everyone, and have a great summer.